In this video, I'm going to talk about 10 problems that only highly sensitive people have. Probably big words. My name is Mariana Bergsesdottir. I'm a highly sensitive person and a veterinarian and yeah, whatever. I just made a video on the 10 superpowers of being highly sensitive because you have bullshit, when people are lying and you feel deeper and you notice more. But what are the problems with this? And most people, most highly sensitive people, only notice the problems. So the thing is, when I see how others feel, I also, in my mirror neurons, they are more active than in the 80% are not highly sensitive. So I actually feel more about how they feel. And this can be really impractical. When I'm in a good place, it's fine. It's just no problem. I see how they feel and I can respond to it. But I also feel more what they feel. And that can, when I'm in a bad place, it mounts up. And how most people have this with their own family, the mirror neuron activity. But highly sensitive people have this to everyone. So when they make research and show us a picture of a happy person, I get more happy, and a sad person I get more sad. While with people that are not highly sensitive, they have bigger reactions to people they know and love. Another thing is intuition and knowing, because I often just know things. Once some years ago, I got to know a new person. I really looked up to her. She was wonderful. But every time when I left, I had this feeling, a little bit inside. And when this happens, I actually don't know if this is my insecurity or she was just having a bad day, what it is about, or if this was accurate. So I have to sort out in my mind what is most likely. So I have to go through my old wounding. Is it coming up? Was it something she said, something I said? What is this? In this concrete example, I was right, and it turned out, I found out some months later that she was talking really badly about me behind my back. So it's good to pay attention to those hints you have. On the other hand, I remember once going to shop and the cashier was in a really bad mood. I didn't really notice, but my mom went like, what did I do to her? Why did she react like this to me? And I was like, maybe she was fighting with her boyfriend this morning. I don't know. I didn't take it personally. So we have to see, when we take it personally, is this our inner wounding, or is it the other person actually doing something to us? Then there's the attention to details, because we see details. I love this when I go out to nature. But it's less practical at home with 6 kids that make a mess everywhere. So how can I, keep my house in a state so that I can survive and have inner peace, when it's not too noisy with kids? So I have chosen to have the places where I live most, the living room, preferably kitchen and bedroom, really tidy. And I focus on keeping those areas fine. I would like to have all my house fine, but I have 6 kids, so that's not happening. Also, the deep, deep connection to life that we have. When I go to the forest, I can, feel the trees, smell the forest, everything. And it's wonderful. I just love it. But on the flip side, when I'm not near to nature and traffic is loud and there's a lot of people, I, for example, hate being in the mall. It's just not my place. So those non-nature places are really draining for me because I see people too much. I notice how they feel. It goes inside without me wanting to. I can't do this horse thing and just look down. So that is the flip side. Alone time, not every highly sensitive person is an introvert. I am. And I love being with myself. But I've also seen people that go too far and isolate themselves completely from others because they don't use the time to get to know someone, to find a person that can be a friend. So that's a good place to use your bullshit thermometer to know, is this a good person to be friends with or not? And we can all find friends. We just need to look at our inner woundings and how we react to people so we attract the right ones. We don't want narcissists or idiots. We won't want, okay, I prefer highly sensitive people because they understand me. Creativity, I don't know so many flip sides on this, except that I noticed when I was working the last time, and 8 hours at work, and then we have a few hours for the family, and I did not have place for my creativity. I was drowning. This did not work at all. I need to write or take pictures or anything, and I didn't have time, so I was just slowly going downhill. This is such an important thing to do for a highly sensitive person that you can actually just die inside if you're not creative. And you don't have to do big things. You can, knit or whatever is creative for you. Make a good meal. I don't like cooking, but my husband loves. Being better leaders. When we see everything around us, we see how people react, and for me, I can take in a large amount of information, sort down what is the main point in a rather quick time. This is really good. But on the other side, when I work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then have a big family to go home to so I don't have alone time, this doesn't work for me at all. I had a burnout and everything just exploded. Highly sensitive, both leaders and not, we take in much more. We see more when we walk around. But this also means my brain uses more energy, and when it's depleted, it's just finish. So I found it really annoying when my brain was done for the day, because now everything was, this feeling when the brain says, no, you can just stop. And I still had, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes, an hour more to work. The work doesn't get anything out of me. This is a long story. I had some idiotic conversation with my boss about this, ex-boss actually. Answer seeking on a deeper level. Here we have to be careful on where we seek answers, because for me I have, what is the biology, for example, with my burnout? What happens in the brain? How can I get well again? And things like this. But the answer seeking can also be complete overthinking so that I am just about to die. Like with this one that's talking behind my back. I can't just say, I'm going to stop thinking about this now. That's not going to work. I have an own video on what you can do when you're overthinking things, or at least this inside some of the other videos. I can link to it under. But with this situation where I felt like I was stabbed in the back, I was like, what did I do? Did I say something? What is it? Too much. And at 3 a.m. my brain didn't want to stop. But I like to talk to a friend, I journal, I even wrote in Icelandic in my journal a letter to this lady. And then focus on something else. So for me, to learn something is the best thing, because then my brain is really preoccupied with, I'm going to learn this. And now, making those YouTube videos, I can think about, the next thing that I'm going to tell you guys, because I want you to feel better and to have these tools that I have. I had some other point too. A burned out brain doesn't remember everything, actually. A higher ability to heal. That was one of my points on the 10 positive things. That doesn't have a negative, but the negative in this is the other side, that we also take things more deeply. So our wounds are bigger when we get hurt. And we need tools to work with this. Psychiatrists are wonderful, especially those that knows know what high sensitivity is. If you can relate to some of this, I'm going to take these topics and go deeper into them with time. I can't do everything at once. Like right now I have probably a few minutes, 20 minutes or something, because they're digging in the street outside. So it's only a moment of quiet. Now I'm gonna run away with my dog. But please subscribe if you like this, and click like, and preferably write something positive if you gain something from this. Thank you very much.